Hello and welcome to my program, Mr. and Mrs. Sodipe. It's good to have you on the program.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Thank you very much for your time. You're on life lessons and experiences living in Diaspora. So, you're a married couple, I take it?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
And how long have you been married?
22 years.
You've been married 22 years.
Almost
In June.
22 years. Yes.
Wow, when?
Almost, yes. We married June 2000.
Okay.
16, 17, 3 days affair or something. Then.
Oh, wow.
2 days.
16, 17, and 18.
Oh, wow.
So I see that as 3 days anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 days. Engagement and wedding. That's it. Oh, Thanksgiving.
Oh, included as well. So, have you known each other before the 22 years? So, in total, how many years have you known each other?
Well, that's funny. I mean, he knew my mom before he knew me. So we used to attend the same church.
Okay.
So, I mean, I only knew him maybe 1.5 extra years before we married. But
Okay.
he was friends with my mom.
Yes.
Before I met him. So,
So, who made the first move?
Uncle Jerry, oh yeah, talk.
She keeps accusing me for not kneeling and sticking her hand in wedding or marriage. So I'm not sure I was the first one to make the move, really, because I kept looking at her as a young sister, and I kept trying to caution myself, you know. I remember joking about why she's not always comfortable with other people, and she's always moving towards me when we go out for events and things like that.
Yes.
So I'm not, yeah, and I checked out on a few occasions in UI. So look, then I wasn't really keen on having a girlfriend or whatever. I just saw her as a sister until I think a few people, clients who saw me with her, were saying, "Look, that's your wife," and I think there was an aunt of mine who saw us together and who just said, "Look, that's your wife." And I said, "Really?"
Wow.
Yeah, and then he just went on without proposing. I'm serious. I want to marry. I'm like, uncle, propose now.
So, did you get that proposal?
I'm still waiting.
I'm still waiting.
Oh, it's never too late. It's never too late.
Waiting.
Yes.
Look, in fact, I'm sure we had three kinds of weddings.
Okay.
There was the Christian, the Muslim, and the traditional.
Okay.
So
Who is
if you're-
Muslim?
My dad was a Muslim.
All right. Okay.
So we had
My
the
mother was Muslim as well.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, Mr. Sodipe, you were
Yes,
saying?
look, we had, apart from the traditional,
Yes.
which is the
Engagement.
original wedding,
Yes.
and you would agree with me. I mean, there was the proposal, there the letter. So I don't know what she keeps talking about when she says no proposal and things like that. Yoruba man. There was the letter.
Exactly.
They accepted
Typical
the
Yoruba
letters.
man.
They accepted the letters. They responded.
Yes.
But we want to bash you. So I mean,
Meaning they collected yams,
Yes.
tubers of yam.
yes.
So it wasn't free. It was quite an expensive affair.
Look, and so look, we're not English.
Yes.
We're traditional Africans, and we did everything that should be done. So there was the proposal. You know, these days they read letters during engagement ceremonies.
That's correct. Yes.
And they responded.
All
So
right.
wherein is the you're still waiting for the proposal. The
Well,
man
he has
is
said
on
it
the
to
left.
as an African man. What else?
Typical African.
Okay, so there was a proposal, Tino, and it was accepted.
By the family.
By the family.
Well, yes.
Tino is yet to accept.
I mean, in Africa, is the marriage between families really?
It's true.
Not just the individuals.
That is true. That is true. So, what would you say has been your experience as a married couple in the diaspora? What would you say? Has it been easy? Has it been difficult?
From my point of view, I mean, and it's not because she's here, I would say I'm lucky because my wife still believes in the normal traditional ethos, which is the role of the woman is well cut out. She should be supportive, She's not one of those who keep saying, look, equality, blah, blah, blah. So to that extent, I've been lucky, yeah.
Yes. And I would second that, because my cousin who knows Tinu did say to me, she's very shy, she's calm. So I guess that's a plus for you, Tinu.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, I live with her. She
Yes.
keeps evolving.
Yes.
When you say calm, yes, she is calm. Yes. She is calm. Did you think I was going to say something?
Otherwise.
I was wondering.
So what would you say has been your role, Tinu, in making this marriage as successful as it has been?
Well, I mean, first for me, going into marriage was in my mind. There's no option for divorce, so you have to make it work.
Yes.
So, and my parents were good role models. So in that, I would say I was blessed in that way. And like I said, there's no option of divorce, so go with it.
Yes. Are you an only child?
No, there's two of us. I have a younger sister.
Okay. Is she based in Diaspora as well?
No, she lives in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay, so your parents for you were your role model.
Yeah.
So when I say as a married couple, when you have challenges, how do you deal with that? Yes.
Like I said, my parents, because when you is what you see that you practice. You hardly notice. I hardly notice my parents having challenges. We see it, but you never see them arguing. So I learned not to argue with my husband, or he can be, I don't want to use the word cantankerous or whatever the word is, but I go along with him. I support him. I make my views clear, but I leave him. If he wants to still go that way, I leave him to make his mistakes.
And then you don't go back and say, oh well, I told you so.
I try not to. It's hard. I try not to. Sometimes I do, but but that's just, for me, that's the way you can have your peace. If he doesn't listen, then let him go his way, and then when he realizes it and then he comes back, I'm like, sometimes you don't even need to say anything.
So what's your husband's favorite food?
He likes his Nigerian dishes. Solid food, like he calls it solid. It could be inyo or semo with eforiro.
And can you prepare that? You know how to cook it?
Oh yeah. Yes, I have to.
So you're a good cook, you would say?
Not particularly, no. For that, I'm thankful that he's not the man. He's not fussy. You know, okay. He goes with anything as long as it's edible. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, did you enjoy it? I'm like, okay, I shan't eat it. I'm like, seriously, come on.
Yeah.
Was he nice? I'm like, he's nice now, but he's not fussy. So for that, I'm thankful as well.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. In terms of your careers, would you say so far it has been a successful journey? Or do you think maybe if you had stayed or remained in Nigeria, you would have been more successful?
I mean, is that a question for me?
You first, please.
Funny enough, I'd never wanted to leave Nigeria. Look, I was really enjoying myself, and of course, I'd always been self-employed. I've been self-employed since 1997. So, I remember vividly that my weekend starts on a Thursday. And I was very, very comfortable. So when she muted the idea of coming overseas, I was like, look, no way, you can go. I'll come and be visiting, blah, blah, blah. Then fortuitously, and I'm guessing that's why she said that at times things would then happen and it's just going to be like I told you so. So fortuitously, I then had to come over. So it's a relative thing, really, when you talk about whether one would have made more success in Nigeria than here. Yes and no. Yes and no in terms of, I'm a barrister here. I enjoy practice here. Maybe in Nigeria, I would have made a lot of money, and I might have...
Probably be a judge by now.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually got that offer. But you see, there is more to life than just making money. One of the reasons I ended up here was because I needed medicals, you see. So And I got it here, and I could have died really, you see. So no health facilities. You could make the money. Serious inflation, does it count? You could make the money. You have to generate everything for yourself and all that and everything. Again, to practice here is very, very different. I enjoy practice, and I enjoy what I'm doing. I might not be making that enough money, but at least one is comfortable, and it was possible because I had somebody who was supportive anyway. So it's relative really. But in terms of what I do, I enjoy it here.
I was going to ask you, usually, well, I have been told, you would know, I may not be that knowledgeable about this. I've been told that most people who are foreigners tend to be solicitors rather than barristers. So how did you get to be a barrister?
Yes, in fact, when you talk about lawyers, there are three types really.
Okay.
But to answer your question, being a barrister is the toughest really, because the exams are not too easy.
Yes.
And it's not just about the exams really, it's about getting what is called pupillage. When I got here, what I did, the routes are varied anyway, but my route was I sat for what is called the Bar Vocational Course, the BVC, and that was in BPP 2010. I did the exams, passed. I think the cutoff is still about 60 or 65. I had to wait for 3 years to get pupillage.
Wow.
In Nigeria, I wasn't doing criminal briefs except for strict family. But here, I could only get what is called a criminal pupillage, because without passing the pupillage, you won't become a practicing barrister. There are barristers in this country that are not practicing. So you must understand the distinction. To be able to practice, you must have done the pupillage and passed it. So, and for every year, lawyers being churned out are not less than about 800. Wow. So getting pupillage is always very, very difficult. So that's why a lot of people tend to want to be solicitors rather than barristers.
I see.
I would say again too that by the time I started in 2015, in 2010 and 2012, there was all the outcry about diversity. You understand? So
yes.
In a way too, I was lucky. I mean, blacks and other ethnic minorities had started coming together to say, look, come, you can't just have a mainly white dominated profession, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So in terms of spaces and all that, then again, to become a barrister it is costly. It's costly. I think I had to take out a loan when I was going to the BPP law school of about 10,000 grand or something. Yeah. So wow. Again, there's you need to fund it. You see. So, and don't forget that when you come here, there are a lot of adjustments you have to make. So people just want to get on with it. You could easily be doing some other jobs and be getting paid, say about 600 per week, and you just think, why do you want to go and read? So, yeah. True.
That's true. So what would be your advice for the younger ones now who want to maybe go into your profession? What would your advice be for them?
First and foremost, they must have the interest, because that's what would sustain you. Is law even still relevant? I say so because again, to now, you would find that I've told you about spaces being very short. You've got kids of these days just wanting things that would earn them a lot of money, you understand? So we're now in a digital age where, in fact, you can go online and seek advices, you understand?
Yes.
Of course, being a barrister is distinct because there's still the advocacy aspect. So there's still a bit of physicality in what you do, you see. But, kids of these days are like, look, just want to make money fast. Nobody wants to stay. I mean, who would want to wait for like 3 years before getting pupillage?
I see.
You see, so some of them get disillusioned.
Yes.
So what's your advice for them?
My advice, as I said, look, it's all about interest. If you're interested in it, you go for it.
Okay.
Again, it's something personal, as I said. You see,
Yes.
I mean, if I didn't have a supportive wife, I might have ended up doing something else. You see,
I was going to say that,
Yeah,
that
because,
your wife must have been very supportive.
I mean, yes. Look, I left. When I first started, I started as a civil servant, worked as a civil servant for 9 years. Now, to take on pupillage, it meant my earnings dropped drastically. So I was telling my family, I said, look, my earnings are going to drop. And so you can imagine if I didn't have somebody who was going to say, okay, we'll fill in the gaps until, okay. So,
Yes.
and I have colleagues who are here who, in fact, did not continue with the legal profession because there was just no way for them to cope. You understand? So, and I have some now who at their late 50s, they just want to end that mark as being a lawyer. You see, so different strokes for different folks. Yes, it's going to be the individual's ultimate choice.
So we have to say thank you very much, Tinu.
Thank God.
For being a great and supportive wife. Okay, we're not letting the spotlight away from you. So I have a few questions. So if there's an argument between the both of you, who would be the first person to say sorry?
Oh, definitely me.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Your husband hasn't said anything.
Well, now he's learning to say sorry. Like an African man, they find it hard to say sorry. I'm not even going to cover it up. So sometimes I make sure that, my dear, you're wrong. You have to say sorry.
Yes.
Sometimes I overlook it, but I'm always the first to say, okay, Mabi, no, sorry.
Oh, that's good. So in terms of getting ready for the day, for an occasion, who takes the longest to get ready?
I mean, for us, there's no...
No, it's a yes or no. Just say
Let me finish. There's no argument or no need. I take the longest.
To get ready?
Oh, yes, definitely.
So you keep Jerry waiting
Oh,
then?
yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because my husband is always, I'm always like, look, it's not your party. We don't have to get there before or right on the door. He's like, no, if they say 4, it's 4. I say, okay.
And even when I'm meant to be the MC.
Ah, I see. Okay.
I'm not the MC. He is, but I have to go along. So
True.
at least give me some slack.
Okay. All right.
I think I should clarify something about arguments. It's not really about not saying sorry when one is wrong, which is different and distinct from just having, those kind of one-liners. You are wrong, or whatever. We hardly get into arguments.
Yes.
And there are times she just keeps asserting, do you understand? And saying, look, it's because you're a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. And I'm saying, look, in the very first place, you hardly listen to news. You don't follow the facts. Have you read everything? I am talking to you from that point of view.
Yeah.
It's because you're a lawyer. You've read it, so tell me. So
Exactly.
But from listening to you, I can tell it's because you're a lawyer. Because you're saying, have you read it? Do you know about it? Have you listened to the news?
I'm a layman, just tell me.
And that's the reason why you shouldn't be arguing when I didn't say this is it.
He will defend his cause to the end.
Exactly.
We can't win, Tinu.
No. I know that now, so no.
Oh gosh. Okay. So as a couple, if in terms of music, who likes music
Oh,
the best?
We both love music,
love
but
music,
different
yeah.
Types
different
of music.
Yeah.
Who is the most fashionable?
Oh, he is.
He is.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
My
goodness.
loves to dress up and look good.
Oh wow. I thought you were going to say you.
No.
Oh wow, that's a shocker. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's
When I see
interesting.
Fernando, he likes to dress up and look good. I'm like, my dear, are you going somewhere today? Even in the house, not going anywhere. Like, he just likes to dress up and look good. So that's why I said him.
Good. Who remembers birthdays and anniversaries?
We both do.
You both do.
Yeah.
Who is the more romantic person?
Do you want to answer? Because I don't know again.
So you don't know who is the more romantic person?
Maybe he is now, I think.
Okay.
I mean, if you say who is the more romantic when it comes to maybe going on holidays, setting down time and
surprises, yeah.
I think when it comes to surprises, it's me.
Okay.
But when it comes to maybe booking an holiday and
going for dinner or lunch,
things
that
like
would be me.
that's
Okay.
she's the one.
So it's half and half then. Half and half. Okay. I'm going to have one final question for you. And that is to say, what advice would you have for people who are just starting out as a newly married couple to have a successful marriage?
I mean, like I said first, if you go in with the mindset that divorce is not an option, you will do everything to make it work.
Okay.
And I mean, like my friend just told you, and my husband said, I wouldn't say troublesome, but I'm a calm and I generally tolerate a lot of things. I overlook a lot of things. So you have to be able to tolerate things. Don't expect change in one day or in 1 year or in 5 years. It's ongoing. So you have to be able to accommodate a lot of things as well.
Thank you.
For me, I must say, there's a lot of banter in our family. We joke a lot, you see, so we're very comfortable with each other. I think by the time I got married, I'd been, how would I say?
A matured man.
Yes, there was that maturity that even the mom of blessed memory used to think I'll take undue advantage of my wife. But as I told you, she started as a sister. So, and that is always behind my mind, you see. Oh, anything I do, am I taking undue advantage of her and things like that? So
sometimes.
It plays behind the back of my mind. And, of course, everybody uses that phrase, love. I mean, I've really grown to love her, you understand. There have been events in life, you see, that that continues to mold and solidify that. I remember particularly sometimes he had a surgery and for whatever reason, maybe the what do they call it, anesthesia had not worn out and I had to sit with her. So. And she was saying so many things about me. Wow. And I was like, wow.
And she wasn't conscious, fully conscious.
At all.
Wow.
And I was like,
amazing.
So she ended, yeah. So.
Yes. Wow, that's fantastic. That's really, really emotional. Beautiful. Okay. I know I said final question, but I'll ask, do you see yourselves retiring in Nigeria or would you retire in the United Kingdom?
Is that for me or for my wife?
For both of you.
I think my wife is one who doesn't want to go back to Nigeria.
Okay.
I would rather retire here.
Okay.
For me, the way things are in Nigeria now is just so bad, you understand? But again, to people who say to enjoy your monies, you must go to Nigeria. But I don't believe that. You can go to the Caribbeans, you still be safe and enjoy your money. You can go to Spain and you still be safe and enjoy your monies. Look, it's not a yes or a no. If the weather continues this way, this is April and it's cold.
Yes, you would consider Nigeria.
I would always shuttle.
Okay.
But honestly, we hope things get better. So I'm not going to write Nigeria off.
Nobody's writing Nigeria off.
I'm not going to write Nigeria off. I mean, if things get better, one would retire. But mainly, I'm going to shuttle.
Okay. And with that, I'll say thank you very much for giving us the time or granting us the time to be interviewed for this show. So you want to say bye-bye to our viewers?
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank
Bye.
you. And thank you for watching. Bye for now.